they finally found here in America. Imagine you're just 10 years old or younger. You lose your parents, brothers, and sisters in a brutal war. Your home is destroyed. You survive by walking hundreds of miles across some of the most hostile land on Earth. You encounter wild lions. Your friends are dragged to their deaths by crocodiles. There is almost no food, little water. But somehow, you survive.
Wow. That highlights the walk and the I saw the tiger there, and it's real lions, tigers, and bears. I mean, it's no joke.
Yeah.
These this is 1,000 miles. And what did they eat? How did they survive? Were they able to I don't know, find some fresh food along the way, or
food was very scarce, and whatever they could find, they did eat. And in regards to water, they would, whatever pool of water they would find, whether it would be muddy water or whatever, they would drink that. Or sometimes they would also, as harsh and gross as this sounds, they would drink the other boys' urine just to stay alive.
Yeah.
Whatever they could find, they would use.
Yes, yes. Now, why was it only boys that were on this march? Where were the girls, and how did this happen like this?
Well, the boys left. They were in the fields working when the villages were destroyed. So they were among the only survivors, and they were the ones who banded together to walk to refugee camps.
Wow. What would have happened? I mean, how were the girls treated, and how were the boys treated? What were the objective of the enemy?
You want to say?
Well, the girls were raped, and they wanted to get rid of all the boys, or they wanted to sterilize all the men and boys. So
They would castrate them.
yes,
What a horrible, horrible, rape, castration, murder. I mean, it's inhumane. 2009. This is what's going on in our world. It's a really kind of hard to believe, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Now, I really commend you. I'd like to learn a little bit more about your programs and things. Like you have something called I don't know if I'll pronounce it right, but Eucharist.
That's right.
Yes.
Who would like to speak to that?
The Eucharist, it's going to be a Eucharist service that has the band U2 music playing.
Really cool, the real band?
Not the real band. We're going to have recording music of theirs, but we do have a live band.
Okay.
That will play a few songs as well. And we will project it on a big screen, and all the lyrics and the whole service will be up there. There'll be lots of singing and dancing, and it'll be a really fun event.
Oh, that's fabulous. Yeah, I think it's a heavy event. It's
Yes.
You can't get any heavier than the things that we just said. And yet, in order to attract people, I guess you have to make it a little more inviting, and for them to learn about these harsh realities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's great. And the Eucharist is, of course, a religious ceremony.
It is, but it is open to everyone, so
Okay.
all is welcome.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, about some of your programs, I guess we want to hear about what's going to happen on the 29th of May and the 30th. Oh, yes. Jackie.
On the 29th, the boys are going to local schools in this area and talking about like their journey and telling their stories to all the kids. And then on the 30th at Fairfield Hills is the Walk of Hope, which represents like the 1,000 miles that the boys had to walk through Sudan. So that's like their journey. And then we walk to Reed Intermediate School for the actual Eucharist.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Okay, so you want to walk to kind of simulate and get across the idea that these kids walk 1,000 miles, literally.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'd like to watch the next clip.
Okay.
Clip number 2.
This is a story about thousands of children
Well, such nice kids. Now you're going to get a chance to actually. You didn't really get a chance to socialize the first time,
Right.
because they had to go move on to the next place where they would speak. But this time, what's going to happen?
The boys will be doing the sermon actually at the actual Eucharist, and as well as walking with us in the walkathon. So we'll be able to talk with them then and meet with them, and
Cool.
maybe hear their stories.
So they're actually going to stay in your homes, and you'll get a chance to share a meal
Yes.
with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's fabulous. That is really, really fabulous. It's hard to believe that somebody like so young experienced such horrible things, but yet they all seem to be really okay. They have like a real survivor's attitude. I mean, they are the survivors. Only 10,000 out of the, what was it, 30,000? So only 1/3 of them survived the elements in that walk. So that's really fabulous. Now, can we talk a little bit about what's going on there now? These kids, they're well placed, they're out of danger. What's still happening in
Okay.
Sudan?
Well, there's still a genocide in Sudan right now, and there are very few doctors that the people in Sudan can go to because the Sudanese government wiped out many of the people's villages, and so there's no doctors for them to go to, there's no schools, there's no clean water, and basically they can get whatever they can eat. So there's nothing really good for them in Sudan.
Wow. And how do you think people can help out? What would be in your wildest expectation? What would happen based on the programs that you're running right now? What would you like people to do to help?
Well, all of the money from the Eucharist that we raise at the Eucharist, we hope to raise $5,000 to be able to buy a well to put in the Sudan for clean water. Because when the Lost Boys came and spoke to us, they talked about how even though they're in the United States now, they would love to go back and help the people who are still there in the camps. And so that's what we're doing. We're helping the people who are going back now to the Sudan and starting their lives over again.
Fabulous. That is really fabulous. Now, this is a program that you're doing at the church and the high school. Let's talk a little bit about your church, the Trinity Church. And you have a program that you're all enrolled in, which is called Yackers.
The
Yeah.
Yankees, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, yak to us about what Yackers is like.
Well, YAC is part of the church school process at our school. It stands for Young Adults in the Church, and basically at this stage, our teachers have become mentors for us, and we have begun to actually start teaching about different lessons, either about prayer or about community outreach, stuff like that, to our fellow classmates. And it's a way for us to be more independent. And this project came along at the perfect time because we also have a mission project part of the curriculum in the YAC group. So this is the perfect time that we get to be leaders instead of stepping. We're taking the role of leader.
Anna, how is it different? Like when your teachers become your mentors. Like what changes really?
I think that we just become more independent and we learn how to kind of be on our own more. They're kind of there just in case we need a little bit of guidance, and that's what this project is teaching us. We are the leaders and we're the roles. We have one big committee, but then we have also subcommittees that take care of the music and the Eucharist and the walk of hope and stuff. So they're kind of there just to make sure that we're on the right path and that.
Who decided on this programming, to bring it to the church, for example?